Hi there, Ranger YouTubers. I'm Matthew Davis of Anime Secrets, and before I continue this video, I just want to say that this video is for adult fans of the series. If you are under the age of 18, please do not watch this video. And with that out of the way, let's begin. I know it's been a long while since I've done a review of any kind on YouTube. I want to apologize in advance for that. I moved out, and now I've got an apartment now, so I should be able to do these reviews more often, hopefully. These are my Power Ranger character profiles where I talk about the individual Ranger, their personality, ins and outs, and how their character works in the season, and of what they've done so far. So far, I've only done two, which is Jen Scott's from Power Rangers Time Force, the Pink Ranger, and Dylan from RPM, who's the Ranger series Black Ranger of that season. And yes, and I'm actually doing a review this week for Shane, aka the Red Ninja Storm Ranger. And I'm already aware of the controversy with Pua Makasiva and his actor passing away, and the controversy that came after he had passed away. I understand that this is a review for just the Ranger himself, not the actor. So please do not come to the comments saying that, oh, why am I doing a review of this guy who did all those things when he was alive? I'm just like, please not discuss that. That is for another topic, for another review. I'm not going to be talking about the actor or what he's done. I'm just doing a review for the Ranger himself. And as you know, I'm wearing the Ninja Storm Wind Ninja Academy Air costume uniform. As you can see, I even have the Morpher for authenticity. Just to kind of like spice things up a little bit, just to make it, cooler, I guess. And, and if you're curious about where to find this cosplay costume right here, go to acgcosplay.com. I'll put the link in the description below so you can see. All right, well, let's get on with the review, shall we? Let's get to it. Okay, so Shane Clarke is a young man who loves skateboarding and becomes the Red Ranger. His element is air, and he loves to ride and soar high in the sky. Who wouldn't? Because, he's a skateboarder. He loves skateboarding. His wind ninja go hand in hand, basically. And he wants to make his career, make skateboarding his career someday. Daily activity stuff. It's him, Tori, and Dustin, who all go to the secret ninja academy known as the Wind Ninja Academy. In the first episode, it explained that Shane and company have only been students for the academy for about a year or so. So they're not quite the level that they need to be, but they're actually pretty proficient from what I've seen so far. They lack the fortitude. They're pretty decent at first, but they lack the fortitude to take the training seriously, as when they fought against their fellow students, they pretty much got their butts handed to them. But when their sensei Watanabe tells them that, hey, you guys should need to take your training seriously, because you guys were late the first time, you guys are not really taking your training seriously, so maybe you guys should not be a part of this academy anymore. And that worries them, so that if they're late again, they might get kicked out of the academy. They never know. So what they ended up doing was, they tried to leave early again, the next day. But an elderly couple had car troubles, so they decided to help them, and that's the reason why they're late to the things that transpired later on. So an evil alien space ninja known as Lothor comes and attacks the academy while the other three students were actually helping the elderly couple with their car troubles. And after the fight, all of the Ninja Academy students are actually taken away. They're being, kidnapped, taken back to the spaceship, and leaving Sensei Watanabe and his son Cam as the only people that weren't captured. However, their sensei is now a guinea pig, so there's that. And as them being the only three ninjas that are actually there and to avoid capture, they alone must stop Lothor by becoming the Power Rangers, and are giving Wind Ninja morphers, as you can see right here. As I'm wearing one right now, it's Shane's power disc is on here. These power discs are actually the ways they're able to transform the Power Rangers, because you have the morpher itself, and then you have the power disc that inserts to whatever color they transfer to, and then they transfer the Power Ranger. Shane is actually the one who takes the range training seriously. Most of the time, he does joke around and makes jokes like the other Rangers do, but I think that's like a tactic they use, similar to Spider-Man, who like kind of uses the humor to kind of distract the villains when they fight them. That's my personal opinion. I think that's what they're doing, but it could be wrong. But that's the thing I'm going for. In the second episode of Power Rangers Ninja Storm, there's no Iron Team. He's shown to be harsh to Tori and Dustin, the Blue and Yellow Rangers at the season, saying that he can take care of things on his own, not rely on his friends. And then Lothor sends one of his first monsters to attack Shane and attack the city. And then Shane intervenes and tries to fight the monster himself. And the monster is pretty much like owning him. He's, about to lose, and next thing you know, like this thing literally might kill him. It is only until Shane admits that, yes, I do need my friends to help me, the Sensei allowed them to fight. Because at first, Sensei was telling him, no, do not help Shane. He needs to think out. He said he's going to do it himself, so let him do it himself. Only until he actually needs your help do you intervene. And later on, they meet the Thunder Rangers. Proceed to get their butts kicked at first, but then kind of are able to handle them. Then there wasn't really a big struggle after, like they were fighting the Thunder Rangers, and were kind of losing at first, but they kind of got the upper hand on them a little bit, but not. There was no defined winner when it came to that. They kind of were like, at first, Shane and company were actually getting beaten by the Thunder Rangers at first. They had 1 or 2 victories against the Thunder Rangers, but nothing really too concrete to say, hey, we actually beat the Thunder Rangers in a fair fight. As you know, that Shane was actually the only one out of Tori and Dustin, because they were okay with them at first, because they were like, oh, they're nice guys or whatever. But it turns out that they were actually the Thunder Rangers, in disguise. And then when they found out that they were Thunder Rangers, they felt betrayed. And of course, Shane was like, he didn't trust them at first anyway. So it's like, what can you do? And later on, Cam joins the team, and he becomes the Green Samurai Ranger. Of course, before that, we have the Thunder Rangers finally learn their ways, that they were wrong about trying to attack the Rangers and defeat them, because they found the truth about stuff that went on with their families and things like that. So we cut back to later on in the season, where Shane has recurring nightmares about this alien creature that he saved as a child. He didn't realize that this was like a repressive dream that he had, a repressive memory he had when he was younger. The alien's name is Skyla, and Skyla is a creature who basically, whenever the cycle ends, basically when they die, they have to transfer their life energy or life source of the life source energy, their life force basically, to whoever they they're chosen to, and she chose him. Vesicus, who is the bounty hunter, wants Skyla's power for himself. And what he plans to do with the power, I have no idea. He just probably going to try to rule the universe or something like that. And Skyla's race must pass on their power to a successor before they die. Hence why Vesicus is after her. And Shane does save her, but sadly she's slowly dying. So she has to give her up and give her last remaining power to Shane, which gives him the Battleizer, that he's able to fight Vesicus and defeat him, but not destroy him, just defeat him. And then in a later episode, Shane ends up seeing his older brother after like a good long time. And it turns out that, Shane's brother is like a businessman. He's very successful. One of the family, everybody loves his brother. But Shane's brother thinks that Shane isn't quite as determined to do stuff for his career. He just thinks he's just slacking off, playing with skateboard, things like that. He doesn't think he's having responsibilities or take things seriously. It is only until after Shane's brother figures out that he's actually a ranger, does Shane's brother actually kind of not be so strict with him anymore. He actually becomes very like proud of his brother for achieving, his saving the world as a Power Ranger, because he has so much responsibility now. He literally has the world on his shoulders right now, and decided to give him some slack. In the same episode, Shane's brother ends up being attacked by this monster who actually, when a caller is attached to them, they reveal their worst nightmares. Shane, of course, is attacked by this creature, and he's shown his worst nightmare, which is seeing his brother, seeing how he's disappointed in him, and how like he's disappointed. He doesn't, people like, he's very, I want to say, strict with him, like beforehand, like he didn't realize that he was the Ranger. It's basically going back to him not knowing that he's a Ranger, and how he treats, his brother, because he basically thinks that his brother is not, proud of him, or like thinks that he's a disappointment. He's like the black sheep of the family. Everybody has all this successfulness going on in their life, and he's still, not doing the best of his abilities. But that's not true, because his brother is proud of him, of the accomplishments he's done as a Ranger. And it actually was a pretty touching story, because actually the actor that played Shane's brother is actually Pua Makasiva's real life brother. So that's the second time that a Ranger actor's brother, who is also, playing it, like he's also the Ranger's brother in real life too. So that's pretty cool, because the first was just David Frank with his brother in Zeo. And he, of course, they, with the help of the other Rangers, they managed to stop the monster and destroy it. And also before that, they were able to fight against the recurring fears and nightmares that they had, thanks to Sensei helping them. And later on, during the final battle, after Rangers lose their powers, Shane actually ends up giving like this really great speech about how, like, just because we don't have power, just because we're Power Rangers, we still have power. And thus they end up using their ninja powers to actually defeat Lothor and send him back to the Abyss of Evil, which was the, kind of like their version of, the Dark Realm, basically. Or Shadow Realm, if you want to be, curious about it. I really do enjoy Shane. I think he's a very, interesting character, because, he's pretty strict as far as, Ranger leaders go. But he's not as, too strict. He knows how to have fun, too, which was why I kind of, enjoy his character. His interaction with the other teammates. And he's just overall, a pretty decent character. Oh, he did have that small rivalry with Hunter in one of the later episodes. But that kind of got resolved in the episode afterwards, so it's not really, I didn't really bring it up at first. I'd say Shane is a great leader. I think he's very complex in a way. I think that he's actually he's cool in a way. I really enjoy his character, and also the fact that there was a time where, at the end of the season, Shane was given an opportunity to, pursue his career to be a skateboarder, basically, like a professional skateboarder, getting all the merchandise, the fame, all that would have been his. But he decided to turn down the offer and become the new sensei for the Wind Ninja Academy after, I guess, Sensei Watanabe, retiring, basically. So it's very interesting that telling that his character decided to give up, the thing that makes him, him, which is skateboarding, to take over the academy for sensei, or basically become a sensei, one of the senseis for the academy, along with Shane and Tori and Dustin, which is, it's very good. I like that. And thus, this concludes my Ranger discussion. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys soon with some more Ranger stuff and news, and hopefully I'll be able to make more videos, and I apologize again for the wait. Thanks again. Catch you later. Ninja Store. Ranger Store.